This is a viewer submission that seems like got a pretty sweet core. So Oni-Cult Anvil here. So whenever one or more artifacts you control leave the battlefield during your turn, you get a 1/1 colorless artifact thing. And it's kind of self-enabling because it can sacrifice an artifact to drain your opponent. And this pairs super well with Hidden Stockpile here, which says, at the beginning of your end step, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn, make a Servo artifact. So if you have both of these out, you increase your artifacts every turn. And then we've got things like Terrarion, Experimental Synthesizer, Wellspring, and Servo Schematics that all generate value when they leave the battlefield. What does this one do? We have 4 of these. Artifact enters the battlefield. Your control deals 1 to each opponent. This is super cheeky. Okay, I'm interested to see how this goes. I feel like this might be too cute. Like, if our engine's going, we're probably doing well enough. We don't need this, but this is one I'm going to keep my eye on to start for. Is this feeling like it's having a meaningful impact, or is it just kind of adorable? We also have Goblin Engineer here, could kind of tie the room together and cycle things in and out and kind of tutor up various utility artifacts, which sounds sweet. So let's go ahead and pop on into some matches with this and see how it feels this morning. I don't know about Meathooks. Like, some main deck Graveyard Hate could be good. Like, there's a couple of Soul Guide Lanterns on the sideboard, but it could be better to just, like, have Soul Guides in the main. Could definitely be the case. All right, chat, I would like the record to reflect that if we don't hit with this hand, it's because you at home didn't believe hard enough. So I'm gonna need everyone to believe for me, okay? Wow, chat, way to let me down. Lacard, thanks for the half a year, welcome back. It's fine. I'm just gonna take a mulligan. I'm just gonna take a mulligan on the match. Our opponent's playing blue-white control. Probably half of our opponents will be blue-white control, so we can skip at least one of them. Valdoon, thanks for the 32 months. Welcome back. All right, chat. My hand was caught in the cookie jar once already. We'll take a mulligan. How many lands are in this deck? 23. 23 is probably right, but still variance. We're starting the YouTube here. Nah, the whole thing's going on YouTube, chat. Fun fact. Part of the reason why my YouTube stuff never did particularly well is posting games that you lose actually loses you viewers on YouTube. It's why when you see people post YouTube only content, it's all wins most of the time. Or if there's a loss, it's gonna be the last match that's a loss. That's why Twitch will probably always be my primary platform. The types of things you have to do to be successful on YouTube, just most of them don't sit well with me. I don't fault dedicated YouTube people for like playing the system appropriately. It just like doesn't feel good to me personally. Thanks for the 2/3 of a year, Leon Dev. And don't get me wrong, the people who are currently watching this on YouTube in the future, y'all are great, and I know you appreciate the way I do things. I'm just commenting that you appreciating the way I do things is more the exception than the rule. Lead on Synthesizer before we play a land for the turn, so this could hit a land. So I don't need to sacrifice this, but I can, so I think we want to. Then we get to Oni-Cult this. All right, we're kind of popping off. I mean, so for what it's worth, Kyle, all of the metrics show Jeskai and blue-white control not being good in Historic. If you look at actual Historic tournament results and win rates, it's Phoenix and Food that are actually the best decks in the format by a good margin. Hey, Pharaoh, it did. Thank you for the submission. Nothing here is particularly sacred to me. Is there a particular day you would like to see that played? I think I have an alchemy deck today already. Oh, I guess I should ask, is this alchemy or historic? Let me take a look ski poo here. That's alchemy. Oh yeah, I have an alchemy deck for today already, but I could do your Cars deck any other day this week. Oh, is Duck Doolittle? Is Duck Doolittle still in chat, by the way? I think they were here a bit ago when we were playing Unite. Nice, Turf. I'm looking forward to playing more of it. Let's lead on Synthesizer here before we attack, because I might want to sack it to Voltage Surge inside of combat, because this could be a Collected Company turn, right? Oh, they're accompanying before I declare attacks. How do I set a stop? How do I set a stop? I wanna be able to cast this before I declare attackers here. Is it gonna give me priority back after this happens, or is it gonna go right into attackers? Do I have to full control? All right, we'll hold full control. There's not a thing over here for me to click on, right? It's stop before next combat and then immediately stop after attackers. That's awkward. Protoss, thanks for the follow. Archmage, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. Oh, Nebelgast Herald is why they stopped first. Got it. I think I'd rather have Reckless Fireweaver here than Lion Sash. It's close though. This only triggers once per turn, so I guess we're just passing. To a Fuffle, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Morning, good morning. Well, that's not particularly good for them. None of these block well. You know what I think is the most important stat from the Open we had this past weekend? The Alchemy Open was 2 hours shorter than the last historic tournament we ran. You wanna talk about meaningful stats? Yeah, because there was no cat oven. Is exactly correct. Tiger Yamamoto, thanks for the 25 months. Welcome back. That honestly alone might be the deciding factor in being Alchemy versus historic tournaments. Unfortunately, all of the metrics for our Hoaglandia Opens have been pretty mediocre since Innistrad released. Which tracks considering the Magic category as a whole is just down. So, as much as people like to talk about tournament Magic stuff, it's just not super popular. Which is a shame, because I feel like we scaled up our production around that time, and I think we're putting on the best show we've ever put on. The team does an excellent job, and I'm very happy with their work. Is what it is. Oh, I should have cast my thing right away. If they bounce this or whatever, I get sad. I am happy with the production we have put forward. As long as shout out to Metafy, in addition to Cool Stuff Inc. for sponsoring us. As long as we can find another headlining sponsor, we'll continue to run the Opens. But if I'm being honest, if we ever can't get a headlining sponsor, I don't think I want to go back to the low budget production Opens. They just run so much better being able to hire staff. Oh, I totally am still in the Pokemon Unite category. Thank you for the catch. Sorry to people poking in from the Unite category. We were playing Unite before this, and I updated my title and forgot to change the category. Yikes. That was for me. Thank you for the poke. We don't really have a lot of good sideboard cards here. Kinda wish I had some better spot removal than this. I guess the Spirit Stick's not very popular either, so. I guess we have Volt Surge in the main deck too. The Twitch police are coming, something like that. Cappy, thanks for the 41 months. Welcome back. Hand's pretty good. Yeah, we have a good crew, Logan. We make it look easy. A number of other people have tried to emulate what we do, and none of them have had have had particularly good success attempting it. We put a lot of work into our setup. Our setup's also not cheap to emulate. So in addition to having, we have 3, 4, 5, 6. In addition to having 7 staff members to put on our open, our current setup involves 4 computers that are capable of streaming. You need four pieces of hardware that can run OBS above the bare minimum, which is not a small ask. I think I want to just get the schematics here to get some go wide going with the anvil. Do I just get anvil in while they're tapped out? I can't use it this turn's the problem. Today is our first day with the updated background arrangement. This is instant speed rate, so we just pass here. To be fair, chat, I would be kind of surprised if Wizards didn't pay a lot of money for their coverage. I would venture to guess that part of the problem with coverage stuff Wizards has done in the past is that they give coverage contracts to people that they like instead of people that are, there's a lot of friends of friends, I know a guy type stuff that goes on at Wizards is my understanding. And that's life to a degree too. It's about who you know. All right, so Bone Shards doesn't really do anything here. I think we're losing this race. I'm actually not sure if we're losing this race. Next turn's gonna get a little silly for us. So this already triggered, so we'll pass. We're gonna use the anvil to crack the schematics at end of turn. And then next turn we'll get to Reckless Fireweaver. This also drains them for 1. Yeah, if the Fireweaver resolves, I think we're in a good spot. Hey, Hulk, thank you for the 11 months. I really appreciate the Prime. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. All right, so I think we sack the synthesizer. We're gonna end up being a little bit short here, huh? We're actually very close to killing them. We got them down to 4 here. I know we didn't win this race, but it was kind of impressive the amount of reach we had over the course of a couple of turns, huh? Yeah, one hit point short of closing out. And I had a lot of sequencing decisions this game, so it's very possible that I did not sequence in an ideal manner. Very, very possible. I think we win if we played Fireweaver earlier. Maybe I wouldn't have put nearly as many artifacts into play if I had played the Fireweaver earlier. So like you're right that I would have gotten more triggers from it, but I also would have attacked significantly less. That's true. If Fireweaver had been a Meathook Massacre, we win that game and it's not particularly close. Would have gotten some amount of drains in, but we'd have also just, like, swept the leg. Them starting at 16 is pretty good for us. Okay, so they totally have a rattle chain here, right? Because they didn't counter this. I think I'm sacking this to both draw a card and trigger the anvil here. Oh, I guess I missed a point of damage, right? I could just sack this to the anvil itself because I didn't need the extra here. Okay, I missed one. I missed gaining a life as well. Bad brain shortcut there. Well, this only triggers once per turn, chat. Okay, so they killed it, so it ends up being exactly the same. No harm, no foul, chat. What's going on, Own? Thanks for 34 months. Welcome back. Do we Meathook? Their turn 2? No, it's only your turn. When one or more artifacts should leave the battlefield during your turn, create a token. Am I hooking for 2? Well, Terrarion enters tapped. Birthing Putter. I think I want to get Hidden Stockpile down. Could be right to just sweep here. Sorry, I can't read. You're in good company among Magic players. Oh, nice Magic deck. Nice card. Well played. Who said I needed to Meathook after their collecting company? You are super wrong. Do not, in fact, need to Meathook after the Collected Company. The classic full client hard lock every time the trigger goes on the stack. Just Magic Arena things. Our deck is a sweet combination of things. Spirits players are usually exceptionally greedy with their company hits. I'd be surprised if they had 25 company hits in their deck. Who are we finding with this? I think it might actually just be schematics to start. I have played a 1/2 for 2 mana. Big yikes. Yeah, I'm just supposed to Volt Surge here. Being on the play is busted shit. Here to celebrate the fact that I'm starting a remote programming job in 2 weeks. Let's have a deck that includes Reckoner, Bank Buster, and Alchemy. Sounds good, Jelly Bean. Will do. It might include some Mecha Titans too, because the Mecha Titan deck we played last time actually felt really sweet. I think the number one thing I want to change in this deck at a glance so far is I think we have slightly too many just kind of cute one-ofs to tutor with the Engineer when we'd rather just be using it to advance our primary game plan in most instances. It's fine. I don't have any plays that I can make on one, but now we do. Goodbye, friend. So I kind of like Goblin Engineer as like a tutor enabler paradise cell. I feel like you just kind of fallen victim to the the pretty typical toolbox player trap of you just like over toolbox instead of just using it to do your primary thing more consistently. I think Engineer seems sweet in this deck. I think I'd rather just have like more good cards though. Wait, did I put them on the play? Did I click the wrong button? I must have clicked the wrong button, chat. It's the only explanation. That's fine. We don't have lands anyways. I think I'm gonna add a land to the deck too. Our curve is low, but we lose way more games not having enough lands than to having too many. And there's so many good utility lands in this format, just like play more lands. If we'd have been on the play, we would have really missed on a land drop, chip. Alright, yeah, I think like Lion Sash, Soul Ripper. Honestly, probably the Steel Overseer too. I think I like the idea of this just like looping through these other cards that are just like already good. Oh, it did the input lag thing. Yeah, wow, I totally clicked in the right spot. Wow, that's fucked. Look at this, chat. You see where my mouse is? It shows my mouse on the button. Look, there's my mouse. It's right there. It's right there. That's not something that restarting the client fixes, chat. I've actually haven't had that bug with going first versus going second before, but that is a bug that's popped up. That bug has popped up with what's it called? Mulliganing or not a few times. Yeah. You know, I've definitely had that bug when mulliganing, where like it mulligans your hand, you're like, wait, I clicked keep. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Falls. Yeah, maybe we do just put a couple of meat hooks in the main, and then we can slot a couple of extra pieces of removal on the sideboard. Honestly, Fatal Push is kind of cracked in this deck, huh? Or pretty good at being revolting. You're selling puppies for $800? $1,000? Good golly. Buying purebred animals is always wild to me. That's cheap. Always crazy. There's so many animals that need homes. They're purebred huskies. We did update the camera in the background over the weekend. Christy had some fun with the background. The Pokemon company has been awesome and sent us a bunch of stuff, so we decided to put it up in the background. I have an extra thing here. Don't know know what that logo was doing there. I guess we'll never find out. Pretty good. I think because we have 3 lands, we probably want to wait till like turn 3 to Synthesizer to give us the best chance to cast whatever it hits. Where I posted a... grab Oni-Cult. I posted the screenshot, I posted pictures, I posted a picture of this in the subs Discord. So my Sunday yesterday, people are asking about the board games. My Sunday yesterday was spent doing this. One of my buddies came over. I had a previously empty storage room that now has a floor to ceiling shelves encompassed in it. And a clipboard, yeah. And my basement, to give you context on how tall those shelves are, that's a 9-foot ceiling to those studs. We have a wide cellar, something like that. That's actually terrifying, chat. Studs are in the walls, joists are in the ceilings. Listen, chat, they're all straight pieces of wood, okay? I'll call them what I want to call them. To the person that I just timed out, the "did you just assume X" comment is not welcome in my space. Those are decidedly jokes that are punching down at marginalized groups, and they're hateful and hurtful. Don't do them here. Yeah, ideally don't do them anywhere, but definitely don't do them here if you don't want a 10-minute break. Okay, that's a good hit. So this will let me KO the Ferostodon here. I could just tap land this turn, right? I don't need another mana. Wood is not cheap. I believe those shelves that I just showed you ran us almost $1,000 in materials. Oh, I'm aware it's cheaper than it once was. We definitely waited due to pricing. Okay. We're conceding? Okay, sure. I did not feel like that game was over, but I'll take it, I guess. So I want the extra removal spells for sure. Trim here. This deck is so cracked, we need Stony Silence in the format ASAP. Something like that. I don't want to trim here. It's probably like some combination of like, it's probably like the Goblin Engineers, right? They're a little slow to get going. Yeah, this deck's mostly commons and uncommons, right? Yeah, you like have meat hooks. If you have meat hooks and lands, you only need rares for the Goblin Engineers. Seems rather wallet friendly. Keep this on the drop. We're up to 24 lands. I've got 3 hits in it with this. Portable holes, a piece of interaction. Obviously, our hand was perfect. Perfect and correct. So chat, I was recently gifted a 3D printer. So Christy and I have been poking at different things on it. By Christy and I mean mostly Christy, because she's the crafty one. This thing's kind of cool. It's like pseudo-transparent, and when you shine a light through it, it looks kind of like a planet. Kind of neat. Yeah, Jupiter sounds right. One of her friends is doing a bunch of different planets for their kids' room. Thanks for the entire year, Trench. Appreciate the support. Neo Kamigawa is a really good set peel. Really good set. Ooh, Rite of Oblivion's a good shout. That's probably worth testing. So Grafdigger's Cage does not stop us from bringing non-creatures back from the graveyard, so we could drop an anvil in here and then bring that back next turn still. Unfortunate, we just bricked on having another artifact here. Seen any other cheap artifacts really get this going? Well, they don't have Deafening Clarion mana. Glass half full. Really just want to draw any artifact here. So we can cast it and then start looping with these engineers, the Oni-Cult. That's so unfortunate. Okay, we did at least hit an artifact here. 1-mana artifact. We gotta get the anvil back now before they exile it. Okay, sweet. So synthesizer here, not gonna generate a ton of value, but does let me clearing 2 lands off the top is great. Does let me get a token down, which is nice. Yeah, right. I think Rite of Oblivion's a good shout. I'm gonna add at least 2 to 3 of those after this match. Do you mean HA6 Historic Anthology? Because I'd kind of be surprised if we get more Historic Anthologies. I think the Alchemy direct-to-digital card drops are probably going to be largely replacing those, but I could be wrong. Is there anything more feels Magic Man than queuing up with your sweet artifact deck and running into the person playing multiple main deck Prismari commands? Yeah, and made deck cage for Lurrus. Hey, thanks for the 2.5 years, Blade Tycon. Wouldn't be able to be here without folks like you. Thanks for keeping me around. D-Beard, thanks for the 23 months. Welcome back. This is a free attack, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and draw the Lurrus here, just because, like, it's a 3-2. Thank you for being reasonable and apologizing, Eldude. Welcome back to chat. Gosh, chat. Boy, golly, do these people ever have our number, huh? Chat, somebody on the internet just came back and admitted that they were wrong. Can someone throw a temper tantrum about something irrelevant to balance that out, please? The price of corn is too high. And they are going hard on our graveyard. So I can't cast these. I don't know why Arena is putting them up. They'll sacrifice the 1/1 to make 2 1/1s. I'd love a synthesizer. Thank you for asking. If our opponent's top decks are mediocre, we could have a shot here. The problem is 5-color Niv's gonna roll off the top here at some point and just bury us in the ground. Yo, dog, I heard you like synthesizers, so I got you synthesizer with your synthesizer. Our deck could use some Thoughtseize, as we're literally playing Thoughtseize, Twitch chat. The deck list is available on your screen. This is game 1. Our opponent's deck has Clothis and Cage game 1. They've drawn a lot of gas, but like they've also just like haven't drawn the card their deck's named after, so like it's not like they're running that hot. Pretty average, all things considered. What's their win con? Chat, there's literally a Clothis and a Kavu in play. What do you mean, what is their win con? Thanks for the follow, 8 Runo. Appreciate the support. Welcome to the channel. Yikes. Yikes. All right. So we start here and see what we get. Yeah, Meathook would be cracked. How about another land, chat? Is another land cracked? Gosh, we're so close to having lethal here. Are we 1 short? I think we're 1 short, right? Oh my gosh, are they debating playing around the... Oh my gosh, they killed themselves because they wanted to play around the deal 1. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, we got him. Papi! Woohoo! Woohoo! There was fear in their dojo, chat. They let the fear in. They played scared and they died because of it. Things you love to see. It. Thanks for the Prime, Steve. Appreciate it. Do I want Fatal Pushes to kill Confuse? I don't think I do. You can just like board the Thoughtseizes in and just try and linear them. Clothis is indestructible, Beetle. Actually, just gotta play through it. Yeah, it's destroying an exile. It's sad. It's sad, but it is what it is. How much better would Fracture be if it was exile? Not that much better. It's the same in a lot of instances. Schematics down. I don't think I want to lead on Engineer because it sets me up for Prismari command blowouts like we had in the last game, so I think I just want to try and get the Anvil grinding here. So the 20 months multiples of 0. Welcome back. Appreciate the support. I think this is a spell or a land. I think this is, if something's gonna be a spell, it's probably this one. Clarion, my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are gone. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. I think I want to draw this turn, so that way I can play Goblin Engineer with Deadly Dispute up. They also might just Maelstrom Pulse my Anvil this turn. Nah, I ain't a coward, Tofu. The fact that Birthing Pod's banned in Modern is very silly. Incredibly silly. We block warriors here. Birthing Pod would be fine. Birthing Pod's never coming back, for what it's worth. There was a Aaron Forsyth post on Twitter that talked about they don't consider unbanning Pod, but they talk about Twin on occasion. So Twin's a possibility. Pod they're never giving you back. Alright, we're dead. Yeah, Rite of Oblivion seems like a good addition to this archetype. It's like an A+ suggestion. I think these Fire Weavers are probably too cute. We're gonna give those up to fit some Rites of Oblivion in for the last match or two. I'm gonna finish this matchup first, obviously, but... the thing I don't get about Wizards' balancing team is I don't understand how you can look at the rest of what Modern is and go, okay, Pod's not fair because it's a one-turn combo deck. It's like, because, like, the rest of the format is a bunch of that same type of stuff. So, like, why is it okay for, like, everything else to do stuff like that, but, like, that deck can't be allowed to? This is weird to me. I find I'm happier just, like, not thinking about Modern, so... I think I take my blocks while I can get them. I'm gonna get my life total. I don't want my life total to get super low here. Yeah, stuff like that, Seth. If Pod's really gonna limit creature designs, why doesn't Primeval Titan get the axe? Stuff like that. It's a lot of logical inconsistencies in their banlist philosophy, in my opinion. When I keep chumping this Territorial Kavu because I won't be able to chump block Niv. Nice. Doesn't really matter what I get here because they're gonna exile it, right? Wow, they're not just playing Niv this turn. They have a Clarion to pair with this Expressive Iteration in hand, or are they hoping to find one? Maybe they feel like they have to kill Goblin Engineer this turn? Imagine playing creatures in Magic formats in 2022. Just imagine, chat. Imagine playing creatures. Hey, Jay Duffy, thanks for 11 months. Welcome back. Appreciate it. Go. Thanks for 33 months, sir. Welcome back. I think Rite of Oblivion sounds kind of correct. I'm gonna cut these fire weavers. Let me put all the rights in. We probably don't need. Yeah, I think we just want 4 rights. I think we probably don't need all of these. I kind of just want like more of both of these effects. I think. Sounds kind of good. I've been pretty happy. Drawing these most times, and with this many rights, honestly, I don't need all or any of these fractures in the sideboard. Most likely, maybe we'll play 1. Yeah, we could play another Meathook in the sideboard. Seems fine. Gonna put the full set of soul guides in the board, I think. Card's real good against Phoenix. You ever have a question about what cards are in our deck, how many lands we're playing? It's available on your screen via the untapped overlay. You can also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. Difference the play versus the draw make here. Not going to be able to Meathook the Sprite Dragon before it pops off because we're on the draw. My new loose chat rule for while we're not in sub mode. If you don't pay me money and you ask me a question and then you pointedly ignore my response to you, I'm going to ban you. If I do you the decency of responding to your message, at least do me to the decency of listening. Judge Nator, thank you for watching a ton over the last year and more. You are our 65th shillionaire. pretty fantastic. Trickle down economy in action. Make sure we make that cheap. Remember, you can submit a deck with that Judginator and ping me in the subscriber Discord server to get your special roll there that gives you access to Beverly Shills. I am not doing Rune Terror at the moment. It's not on my schedule in the short term. Unfortunately, metrics for that game just aren't particularly good. Not a lot of growth potential there. Love it. Flame Blast Bolt, my own thing to get the Phoenix into play. Very heads-up play from the opponent. Alright, so we're hoping to draw one of our Rites of Oblivion we put into our deck here. It would be great. I think we're actually sacrificing this to get there too, right? Because we want to draw the extra card. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to just Deadly Dispute, sack that. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do-do. We're not fully out of the woodwork yet, but definitely in a better spot than we were a second ago. So long, farewell, I'll see you and good day. Okay. So we do this, and then we do this, and then we do this. Target you. Sacrifice this. We are dead to another Phoenix, but it is what it is. Sprite Dragon's also likely lethal. You're right. Rite of Oblivion's kind of insane. Actually, just incredible suggestion / upgrade. This card's so good. It's a big part of what makes the sack decks powerful in Standard. Digging for a bird, chip. Also did the Pillar of Flame. They topped a card. Are we dead? This land lethal? Topping a card is so scary. I assume we're dead here. Oh, we're not. Alright. Let's act this to gain a life. PJ, thank you for the 10 months. Appreciate that. Welcome back. Man, we are hanging on by the skin of our teeth here, chat. A lot of things that kill us next turn, but not dead on board. That one's probably lethal. Oh. Oh, well, this means they can't bring the Phoenix back, right? Yeah, we're at 5 because of the Oni-Cult Anvils. No. Man. Sad. We'd have knocked him out next turn, huh? That game was definitely a play versus draw differential, huh? If we'd have been on the play, I think we win that very easily. It's a fatal push portable hole matchup. It's definitely a fatal push matchup. I think it's engineers out. I think that's kind of slow. Kind of slow here. Yeah. The only reason we were in that game at all is because we added Rites of Oblivion to our deck, for sure. Instrumental in allowing us to tread water as long as we did. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of things they could adjust to make the person who's on the draw be at less of a disadvantage. Wizards just largely isn't interested in innovating. Hopefully they eventually break out of that shell and decide to innovate a bit, but alas, so far they have not. This is a land on turn 1. Oh, you know what? I should have played these out. I didn't realize I had 2 fast lands in hand. It's a sequencing mistake on my part with my mana. Hey, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Dave. Hope your day's going well. Am I just killing this, sacrificing the synthesizer? I don't think I can do that because it's like my last resources. I think I have to take a hit and then sack the synthesizer next turn when I can hopefully play the card that we draw with it. Lands are definitely more awkward than they necessarily needed to be this turn because of my mistake. I'm drawing a card here. I don't think I can afford to hold this. Okay. Well, we don't have a lot going on, but we have, at a minimum, cleared their board out. Wake up, sheeple, the truth is out there. The shuffler's as rigged as the earth is flat. Oh, boy golly. Is there anything more peak Magic the Gathering than looking at a hand that is literally all lands and your opponent binning double Arclight Phoenix to Faithless Looting? Is there anything more Magic? For what it's worth, chat, Historic desperately needs a balance patch. The Historic tournament this past weekend that happened had 4 Phoenix decks in the top 8. It is the best deck in this format by a very significant margin. Maybe it's finally time to maybe it's time to put Faithless Looting out to pasture. Duck Doolittle, you're back. You submitted the reality chip deck for Alchemy, right? I've been like racking my brain and putting different things together, and I don't think I have anything reasonable that can play that card. Do you have a different deck idea you'd like to see built or played around? I don't know that I can make Chippy work. The person I just timed out in chat, hey Jeff, maybe we should turn this deck into a different deck, is like never a good suggestion to make when you come into my chat. And 2, making suggestions about my deck's performance after watching a game where we like literally ended the game with 6 lands in our hand is also like pretty peak Twitch chat. Please stop it. Poor engineer chip. Sedge. Think we do this into this turn. Yeah, if you get timed out as a moderator, you lose your mod sword. It's a Twitch feature. think I want to board in Fracture here. We'll board in some cheap removal. We have 4 rights to clear Cleave after the fact. I think that's fine. I don't know that I'm convinced that Goblin Engineer is actually good in this deck. The more we play, the more I think I should probably just be playing like 4 of the things I actually want to be sacrificing. It just keeps dying. Like, removal is so common in this format. I kind of feel like by playing Engineer, I'm just turning on my opponent's otherwise blank removal spells in most of these games. It's like, here's my 1/2. Your card that was previously dead in hand is now live. God bless. Our Faithless Looting enables several deck archetypes. There aren't any other competitive Faithless Looting decks in this format, right? Is there one that I'm forgetting about? What are the other competitive Faithless Looting decks in this format other than Phoenix? Please cite your sources. Nah, the mono red deck's not very good, right? The best of 1 Reanimator deck is Esper, right? The Cars deck has not proven to be competitive yet, chat. So that's like a firm maybe. Yes, yeah, there's also Aspirations of the Perihelion deck that don't require looting. I'll sack this to enable Revolt. I'll go ahead and do Fatal Push, the Hardened and the Forge here. Yeah, solid turn for sure for us. Like 1 Rite of Oblivion, please. I'm gonna hook for 1 and then play the Engineer. Or end up at 12 with this sequence. 13, we gain 1 from this. Cleave isn't lethal, right? It's only 10. Any artifact. If we'd have found a Rite of Oblivion here at the end, or a Fatal Push, we would have actually been in the game still, but unfortunately, we've just like flooded out and died again. I don't know. I kind of like where we mostly ended up at. I think my big takeaway is I think this card's bad. Just it's like every time we played it, it's just like every time we had it, it just ended up turning on my opponent's removal spells in just too many spots. Yeah, maybe we don't need the 24th land. Cutting the what's it called? The engineer makes our deck kind of lower curve too, and like we're going up. I want to go up like Ichor Wellspring and Servo, which means we're adding more cantrips and stuff to the deck too. See how you can get away with 23. I don't know, like one less land in our deck isn't gonna change the outcome of most of those games we just played, chat. You're still gonna lose a lot of those games we just played with you know one less land in our deck. Just round out the interaction here in the main. Probably try something like this. The core of Anvil and Stockpile felt pretty reasonable with all of these other things, but I also think there's something to be said. There's also something to be said about, so for people suggesting we cut more lands from my deck, one, I need you to fucking stop knee-jerk reacting to the matches that we just played. We just ran exceedingly poorly in a couple, and I know we hit like the 1%er and you can't turn your lizard brain off and like disconnect from that. But two, focus on, people are like, your curve's low, you don't need lands. Think about that last game even, right? Like, we are good at spending our mana every turn in this deck. Like between Rites of Oblivion flashing back and Anvils bringing things back in and Synthesizer having sacrifice ability and Stockpile having sacrifice and Lurrus, yeah, our curve's kind of low, but our deck is good at using mana. This deck realistically wants to hit 5, 6, 7 land drops consistently. And with the extra card draw we're adding, perhaps we could go down to 23, but even that's kind of low. I'd also, again, think about the lands that we're playing. We have lands that are spells here too. It's not like we're playing just 23 lands that are only lands. Like, our lands do other things. Like, in the games that we ran Banchet, like, we had a game where we ended with 6 lands in hand after cycling 2 Savai Triomes, right? So, like I can't, like, Magic is such an awful game for people that are shitty at statistics, which is most people. Because the number of people that, like, make changes to their deck every time they lose a match to variance is kind of unreal. People would do much better if they would simply not knee-jerk make react